sensible budget. You know? And I sat down there and I said, I listened carefully. I listened carefully to what they had to say. And again, as I said before, Miss Anita Haynes, hats off to you, young lady. I really hope that, you know, I know that the opposition leader is not going to choose you to go back up for Tabakit, right? But I want to say to you, Anita, honestly, if you give this message, could go back to you. And I want to say to members of the media like myself and other media houses, I want to say to us as media practitioners, I want to say that I think Miss Anita Haynes should be somebody that we need to continue to tap into. You know? I see I have a call on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Skinback.
You just waste money. But that is the mentality of people like you all. That is the people who Miss Bissessa would have called out yesterday to come in front of the parliament to protest, to boo. That's all Miss Bissessa could have mustered a crowd of people to come out by a parliament building to boo. And Rowley must go for the past 9 years. For the past 9 years, all Miss Bissessa's biggest achievement is to get about 500-600 people or less in front of Parliament building to chant Rowley must go. That is the biggest achievement of Miss Bissessa. You know, when you watch back at Dr. Rowley in opposition, Dr. Rowley is still going down in history as pulling out the biggest protests against Section 34. Let's do some comparisons here. So, Ms. Bissessa, for the 9 years as opposition leader, all she has been able to do is to muster up a crowd of people, a boo crowd, to say Dr. Rowley must go. For 9 years, all she has been able to do for 9 years, because you had elections in between those 9 years, and you lost all. So, really and truly, all you have been able to accomplish as an opposition leader, you know, all you have been able to accomplish is to have people outside of a parliament building crying out, Rowley must go. Rowley must go. And you know what's the sad thing about it? Is that while you have people outside the parliament and you there with them, you have 5 persons on your bench. 5 opposition persons who may not even vote with you against the budget. Yesterday, I heard Mr. Rashton Parry telling Miss Paula Gopiskun that her ministry has done well in the marketing and in the I heard that yesterday. I heard a farmer yesterday talking about we may have had our challenges in the agricultural sector, but this government, hats off to them, giving us land tenure, taking off VAT and taking off certain things to be able to make farming, you know, a success or a viable option. But that's why I'm saying that the UNC, Miss Bissessa, ain't too sure. You ain't too sure, Miss Bissessa. Let's be real. You're not too sure if your 5 dissidents, the 5 persons who you put on the side, if they may genuinely vote with you. That's the reality. If they may genuinely vote with you. You understand? If they may genuinely vote with you. So, You know what? You know the time is short. And I really want to just touch on some of the things that I heard yesterday in the budget. Oh boy. You see this young lady here, will you? See this? I started off with she, you know. Sorry, yeah? I know some of you might vex with me, but you see this young lady here? I started off with Anita. Because I believe that some of the things that she would have shared, I really want to just, I want to play it before I play some other things for you all. But take a listen to this. Take a look at this. Take a listen to this. Nothing much, just a piece I want to play for you guys. But I want you all to listen to how somebody who is an opposition, who for country, how they talk. All right? We'll listen to Miss Haynes a little bit. Listen to Miss Haynes. Let me say good afternoon to those of you jumping on the live. Thank you all very much. Listen to Miss Haynes a little bit. Listen to this. Boy, I don't know now.
Increase.
Going on your theme of ease and squeeze, right?
Tell me your thoughts. Everybody's giving their thoughts. Tell me.
I think that what we saw before was some very interesting politicking. We had at the very beginning the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, kind of put the population on notice that things could be difficult. And so that what you get tonight is a sigh of relief because things aren't as difficult as people may, you know, you didn't hear increased gas prices, etc. What the minister is calling responsible. And even if you took it at face value as being responsible, what I think was missing is visionary. So if what we have tonight are discussions on $2 on minimum wage, we have 5% for public sector workers, etc. But what is missing in an election year, I would think, is what is the vision for Trinidad and Tobago that will take us out of these cycles where we are looking at the forecasting with the energy sector and how are we protecting ourselves, utilizing what will come in 2027 to create a more sustainable future for Trinidad and Tobago.
Minister,
and if we had that conversation tonight, it would be a much more productive discussion.
Let's have the conversation.
You see? You see what discussion Anita want to have? You hear the discussion Anita want to have? Huh? You all hear? Gosh, boy, I don't know, you know. Oh, gosh. I want to play one more clip for you. I want to play another clip for you guys. Listen to this. Listen to this clip now. Come on the live. Jump on the live and listen to this clip. Right? Come on the live and listen to this clip. Boy, I don't know. And that's why they wouldn't like people like Anita and Rushton Parry and because they are for country. They are for country. If something good, they will say, hey, yes, it's good, but this is what I would like to see come out of it a little more. Come on. So listen to Rushton. And again, we know, if you don't know, I'm telling you, we know that these people are not going to be going back up. So we have to take what we get from them. We have to take it now. Because we know that after 2025, we may not hear from these persons again. So listen to Mr. Rushton Parry.
Now, I want to give kudos to the Minister of Trade in that, what they've done with the manufacturing sector.
You hear that?
I want to give kudos to the Minister of Trade in that, what they've done with the manufacturing sector.
So, Mr. Parry is giving kudos to the Minister of Trade for what she has done in the manufacturing sector. Opposition admitting that the Minister of Trade would have done some things good in the ministry. You see that kind of politics when you could give kudos, because you see there are people who saying they do nothing. They don't care about people. They have done nothing. But you have opposition members who are saying, hey, what you saying there? It's not true. I know it's been nice is when you get the opposition, who people supporting, who people saying they do all this government, they do nothing.
Now, I want to give kudos to the Minister of Trade in that, what they've done with the manufacturing sector.
You hear that? I'm going to take a call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You sure you ain't Dr. Akli? You don't doctor all kind of thing, you know. When you play the Walla Rambara and you doctor that, will you come and give me here this evening, boy? That ain't true. You doctor that. But anyhow, I saw that same gentleman yesterday on TTT. And with the same thing, I'm saying, but wait now. This is Russian Party agreeing, because you're not saying this is because the accusation, the solution was this would be a budget, an election budget.
Yeah, but
right?
you realize what Anita's saying? Anita said it too. Anita said, this is not no election budget.
Ah, it's right. He said this, and plenty economists are stating the same thing. So here I asked them. I asked our economist this morning, she said she ain't here. This government inherited a budget of 63 billion. We in 9 years, or if they want to say 10 years, have not reached 63 billion yet. We are 59. What does that tell you? And based on that, we have increased public servants the first time we come in with the arrangement that they made at 14%. 2 years of a pandemic. Decrease in oil production, gas production. If I didn't fly all the way to Houston and all about to get money for we would have been under worse pressure. If I had devalued the dollar 10 to 1, as was advised to me when I come into office, what would have been our position? Asagogo, we have to wake up. Thank you very much, sir. Stop doctoring these tapes, sir. Please.
I hear you, sir. I will try. I want to play for you a farmer. Okay, let me just play the tape, because you know I don't have much time. So I'm going to play for you a farmer now. Join me on the live, you know. Join me on the live. I want you to watch for yourself. Listen to the farmer.
All right, so at that point, I want to bring Riyadh back into the conversation. You know, you're touching on that particular point. Riyadh, do you share that sentiment as well as to Mr. Parry?
Yes, I know so much more things could be done, and I really see the drive by the government, especially in strategic areas, and Minister Cummins, what I mentioned, the big drive for youth to get deeper into the agri-system. And I know, yes, we still have outstanding issues. And what I have observed is when I do some research on these issues, they really are almost 2 to 3 decades old. Yeah, but we keep on itemizing it and we keep on focusing on it, as well as I am seeing bits of land leases being resolved over a period of time, publications. I'm seeing more and more grants being given out. So I'm proud about these achievements in the agri sector so far.
All right.
Just in terms of the leases, that we know that has been a problem for some time. But we approve as a government, we have approved a significant number of leases. I know there are still people who are waiting, but it is something that is going to be digitized eventually. There's a program towards that, and that is going to increase on the efficiency. But we have an aging farming population. That is a fact. And therefore, what we are, in taking all of those things into consideration, we also know that we have to make sure and train new farmers and bring new farmers into the market. And we're not only giving them the training, we're making sure that they have all the tools to actually be successful. So that's where the land comes in, that's where the homestead comes in, that's where the grant comes in. And outside of that, the government also has a 100,000 farmers incentive grant for existing farmers who want to improve on their equipment and so forth, can apply to the ministry and get not a loan, but a grant of $100,000. I've attended a few ceremonies where many farmers have received that grant.
Right.
And then we have many incentives for farmers, probably the most incentives this part of the world. For almost every aspect of their operation, there is some sort of assistance given by the government to help them along the way. So yes, we have the problems of the land tenure and so that we'll be treating with. But there is a lot in place that the government has done for farmers, and in particular, the announcement again today of the tax-free arrangements for the agricultural sector.
Right.
You hear that? You all hear that? You all understand what's going on? But you know what? This is the opposition that you all want. This is the opposition that believe that you all will vote for. Listen to what, this is what the opposition believe that you will vote for. You want to hear what the opposition believe? Listen to this. Watch this. I want you all to watch this.
We'll say here today, we'll change the fact that the TNM has worked to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. It will not change the fact that over 4,500 persons have been murdered. And it will not, nothing they can say there today will change the fact that whenever the election is called, the UNC will win that election.
You hear that? You hear that? That is what, that's the difference between somebody who for country and somebody who for party. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. All right, today, I'll give you a serious kudos for those two secrets you put there, because they really sound like what I had heard. But I'm going to give a little synopsis of what I think as a leader. The truth is, it have a lot of niceties with more or less the economics and the structural and so forth. It ain't really give much for like people who gain like the poor class of people. But the fact here is this, that the truth is, if anybody is to say it sounds like a manifesto, that could be right, yeah, as a budget. Because, I mean, in truth, right now, that could put the UNC in a hole and can't come out of there at all. I could understand that with natural logic. My situation is I like how you conversation about Anita Hayes and so forth to show that we really need people who is not of an opposition like those that we have.
Thank you.
Inside of the parliament. So
let me just stop you 1 minute quickly, because you know we don't have much time. And I want to drive home that point.
Right.
That we need proper, we really need persons, and I've given her kudos again. We really need people with like Anita Haynes who has a level of level-headedness.
Yes.
And not who just, yes, I am opposed to certain policies and plans, but you know what? When you do something that I believe can be given recognition for, kudos for, I will also say yes. Like how Mr. Russian Paris say, hey, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, they would have done boom, excellent, whatever. He get but he didn't only say that, but then he's now saying, you know, but you all need to work on this and work on that so it would be able to collaborate a little better. You understand?
Right.
That is what you want. You don't want yeah, what the opposition leader have to come and see.
Yeah. Right, so the fact here is that look what I'm looking at, as I've been saying things time short. But just as we're talking about a third party, those same kind of people who may be on the next side and sounding good with those who will make up the amount, a little 12 now that could be in the parliament to stand for those same kind of grounds that we're talking about, like what Anita here is showing. It's not this opposition we want to be cultural and the next side when we're social to a point, but I mean we know what we're voting for at this point. But we need a third party who is for the country, the people, the electorate. And I'm trying to put on that for the longest while. It had to have a few people to grow that situation, not me. I could only talk it. And that is the key. I like how you talk. And I would say too that not everybody who could understand the budget, because not everybody into the economic or the developments and so to the point, but they have to go.
But you see, the thing about it is, for you to have an opposition to think and operate like Ms. Anita Haynes and Mr. Rushton Parry, and it means that you have to eliminate some level of ignorance and lies. Listen to me carefully, you know, what I'm telling you, you know. In order for you to push forward with an opposition that we're talking about, a constructive, conscious, country-minded opposition, it has to be people who have to consciously decide, here what? You see the propaganda and lies and misinformation that we want to win an election on, we need to stop it.
All right, I want to end here because I want to come up. I really have an organization growing on the other native so-and-so, and it act with disciplines to every horoscope and so forth. I put it out there. And if it work out that people insisted in it, it will work with the 12 disciplines inside of the parliament that will do work. I'm doing it. I don't know if I will reach as a layman, but it will pick up. It will do something and bring the right kind of people with disciplines that's going to be from how I put it. And it's going to be in the parliament, and they can't stop it at all. But I'll let go that for now, and I go. And I like the conversation. People heard you properly by invoking your mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's the reality. And they need to do that all wrong. They need to do it with their talk show hosts. They need to do it with their bloggers. They need to do it because people starting to make them out, you know. People starting to make them out. People starting to say things to them. People not afraid anymore to tell them as it is, you know. So it's the day I was on a chat, and I looking at, and then somebody's on a you know, them social media things, and a gentleman sent out something in the chat about what Mr. Ainbird said, and a gentleman responded to him, and I want to play it so bad. Because the gentleman said to me, hey, you see that gaslighting, ignorant, lies, deception, politics that you want to come with, it's not going to work. Hello, good afternoon.
Blessed afternoon to you, Pastor Google. What do you expect from the opposition leader? The lady already told us she'll make the country ungovernable and she continue going down that road. They're the old once bitten, twice shy, not a vote for them. There was never ever about country. Never going to make a neutral shape.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Hello. Oh, I lost that caller. I want to play something else quickly before my time ends. Yeah, man. Listen to this. Only listen to this, you know. Level of madness. Listen to this.
Squeeze, a little bit of a hug up. I think the minister tried to articulate in his 5-hour presentation all of the things, a bit of a hug up. Tobago, ease or squeeze it. Thanks, Ryan, and it's good to be here again chatting with you and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Ease or squeeze is your program, and I want to kind of take off from that and say it was a little bit of a hug up. It was neither an ease or a squeeze, a little bit of a hug up. I think the minister tried to articulate in his 5-hour presentation all of the things that the government has done over the last 9 years. I mean, he took off from 2019, 2020, the COVID years, and fast forward to 2024, and spent a lot of time articulating all of the good work that the government has done. So much of the 5 hours, as you correctly said, was spent on that. He touched on the national pain point, which is crime, but didn't really delve into a lot of details. I suspect as he choreographed, the line ministers will speak to that during the budget debate. But of course, some of the highlights, I think that there is still a lot wanting. I think we're still waiting to see some of the details. The devil is in the details, as they say, but the minister certainly gave some high level. One of the things I was concerned about is that while in June, when he was doing the affidavit for the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, he cautioned that the country was going to be into some challenging times, and the Prime Minister also echoed that 2 days ago. But the budget doesn't...
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Pastor Google, good afternoon to you and callers listening 919. No, I think that the 2025 budget was a good budget. It was a stable budget, right? I got to understand that some of the commerce, the industry commerce in the country would have praised the Minister of Finance for giving a stable budget despite the challenges they may experience in the 2 years going forward from
2025 going onward. But there's nothing new.
Talk quick, Eric. Talk quick.
And they also residence sign. But I must say, it's a pretty good budget to my taking. Right?
Yeah, man.
Good program.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Last caller, really quick.
Yes, good afternoon. I have said before. Hello?
Yes, caller.
Yes, I have said that Anita is a very intelligent young lady. Unfortunately,
yes.
She's in the wrong political party. Unfortunately.
Wow.
Because he does not subscribe to anything governable.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to have her. I would love to have her in the studio one day, though.
Yes, I have always admired her because every time she gives a contribution, you hear the spirit of country first.
Yeah, she is. She is a country. She is a country thinking person.
Yes.
Yeah, she is. Thank you very much, caller.
Take care.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. And I really would love to have her in studio one day.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.